Let me ask you something. Have you ever been broken so bad, so deep, that even silence starts to scream? Have you ever trusted someone with every piece of your soul, only to watch them drop it like it meant nothing? You see, the hardest battles aren't fought in war zones. They're fought in the quiet corners of your mind, where no one else can hear you bleed. Now listen closely, because this part is important. The best revenge. It's not anger. It's not payback. It's not proving them wrong just to see the look on their face. The best revenge is elevation. When they expect you to fall, rise. When they wait for you to beg, grow. When they hope to see you broken, succeed. Silently, fiercely, completely. You don't need to clap back. You don't need to post it. You don't need to show up where they are, flaunting your healing like a trophy. You just need to keep building, because nothing confuses those who hurt you more than your peace, your progress, your ability to stand tall in a world that once tried to bury you. See, people who hurt you never expect you to turn that pain into power. They never expect their betrayal to light your fire. They want to be the reason you quit, not the reason you rise. But here's the truth. When someone tries to break you, let it build you. When they lie on your name, let it purify your path. When they walk away, thank them for creating space for better. Life doesn't hand out justice on our schedule. It doesn't give us closure when we want it. But what it does give us is a choice. You can stay in pain, or you can turn that pain into fuel. You can chase revenge, or you can chase greatness. Because while they're watching to see if you'll crawl, you'll be flying. While they're laughing in the moment, you'll be building a legacy. While they're stuck in bitterness, you'll be living in peace. And you don't have to say a word. Let your consistency do the talking. Let your peace confuse them. Let your progress disturb their comfort. Let your joy echo louder than any apology you never got. The best revenge is not revenge, it's success with your soul still intact. So when you've been deeply hurt, don't just get back, get better, because you're not just surviving, you're becoming unstoppable. The best revenge is elevation, not retaliation. When someone hurts you deeply, the first instinct for many is to strike back, to make them feel what they made you feel. But here's the truth: retaliation may give you temporary satisfaction, but it doesn't heal anything. It doesn't build anything. It simply keeps the cycle of pain alive. And in trying to bring them down, you risk bringing yourself down too. Real strength is not in matching someone's cruelty. It's in surpassing it entirely. It's in standing tall when everything in you wants to crumble. It's in choosing to rise rather than react. Elevation means growth. It means putting your energy into becoming someone who thrives regardless of what they did. It means you no longer give them the power to define your story. You start to focus on your goals, your healing, your purpose. That's where the true revenge lies. In the silent grind, in the inner work, in the peace you choose every morning despite the storm they left behind. When you elevate, you take control. You decide that your future is more important than your past. You become stronger, not colder. People expect you to retaliate. They expect you to fall into the same trap of bitterness and blame. But when you don't, when you choose elevation, they're left with nothing to hold on to. They can't argue with your progress. They can't deny your peace. They can't touch your evolution. And here's the thing: they don't deserve your energy. Every second spent plotting revenge is a second taken away from your growth, your healing, your future. You didn't go through all that just to stay stuck. Revenge is loud, elevation is quiet, but it's in that quiet rise where you truly find your power. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. Let your results speak. Let your life be the statement. Let your success whisper so loudly that they have no choice but to hear it. Keep moving, keep rising. Focus on what builds you. The higher you go, the less you need to explain. You don't need to match their energy. You need to outgrow it. Your peace and progress are more powerful than any payback. When someone deeply wounds you, there's a natural temptation to strike back, to make them feel the weight of what they did. But real power doesn't lie in getting even. It lies in moving forward. Peace is not weakness. It is the clearest sign of strength. It means you've chosen not to let someone else's actions control your emotions. It means you've taken back the steering wheel of your life and refused to let bitterness dictate your direction. Peace is a decision to stop handing over your energy to people who didn't know how to treat it in the first place. Progress is the loudest answer to betrayal. When you keep evolving, when you refuse to let pain define your pace, you are already winning. Every small step forward chips away at the control they once had over your mind. While they may still be stuck in their own cycle, you're breaking out of yours. You're building something they can't take credit for, and they can't interrupt. People expect you to fold, to fall apart, to lose your fire. But when you grow in silence, when you find your rhythm again, you show them that the damage they caused didn't break you, it shaped you. Peace is unsettling to those who thrive on drama. When you don't respond, when you remain calm, when you smile without bitterness, that's power. Your silence becomes louder than any insult you could throw back. Your growth becomes their reminder that you didn't need them to win. And progress doesn't have to be public. You don't need to broadcast your healing for it to be real. Sometimes the best progress is quiet. It's in your mindset, your habits, your decision to show up every day with intention, even when it hurts. Let them watch you heal. Let them watch you work. Let them sit in the confusion of your peace, because people who thrive on hurting others never expect to be met with grace. They never expect the person they try to destroy to build a life of peace and purpose. Peace doesn't mean you forgot. It means you've made the choice to live above it. And progress means every day you're moving further from who they tried to reduce you to. Let pain be your fuel, not your prison. Pain has a way of trying to settle inside your soul, trying to convince you that your story ends here, that the hurt you've experienced is too heavy to carry any further. It whispers lies, telling you that you're not enough, that you're broken beyond repair, that healing is too far away. But pain is not the end, it's the beginning of transformation if you choose to use it. Every scar, every sleepless night, every tear you've held back carries energy. That energy can be the thing that holds you down or the thing that lifts you higher. When you let pain become your prison, you build walls around yourself made of fear, regret, and bitterness. You stop trusting, stop hoping, and start expecting disappointment at every turn. You rehearse old wounds and let them replay in your mind until they become your identity. But pain doesn't have to lock you in. It can light your path. It can sharpen your focus, deepen your character, and strengthen your will. When you stop asking, "Why did this happen to me?" and start asking, "What can I build from this?" everything shifts. Fuel doesn't feel good when it burns, but it moves things forward. The fire inside you isn't there to consume you. It's there to ignite you. Use your pain to push harder, to work smarter, to dream bigger. Let it remind you of what you survived and what you're still capable of becoming. There's power in looking at your darkest moments and saying, "This didn't end me." That kind of resilience can't be faked. It comes from choosing to use pain as a tool rather than a trap. Some of the greatest comebacks in life come from people who were crushed but didn't quit. They used every ounce of heartbreak to fuel their rise. They didn't run from the pain. They faced it, felt it, and flipped it. They allowed it to shape them but not define them. They understood that fuel must be handled carefully. It can burn you or it can build you. It all depends on what you do with it. When you choose to channel pain into purpose, you begin to break free from the limb it's tried to place on you. Don't seek closure. Build your future instead. Waiting for closure is like waiting for someone who broke you to come back and fix it. It's a chase that leaves you empty, because the truth is, the people who cause the deepest wounds are often incapable of giving you the kind of healing you're hoping for. They may never apologize, never explain, never even acknowledge what they did. And if your peace depends on their words, their presence, or their understanding, then your healing is forever held hostage by someone who's already moved on. Closure doesn't come from answers, it comes from acceptance. From deciding that the pain happened, that it mattered, but that it no longer gets to rule over you. It's a choice you make to stop waiting for someone else to define the ending and start creating a new beginning on your own terms. You reclaim your story not by getting justice, but by building a life that feels like freedom. Because when you keep looking back, you lose sight of the road ahead. The longer you stay anchored to what broke you, the harder it is to become the person you were meant to grow into. Building your future means shifting your energy from what happened to what's possible. It means pouring into your goals, your dreams, your passions, into the version of you that still believes in more. It's not about pretending the pain didn't happen. It's about using it as foundation, not as a ceiling. You take the lessons, the grit, the strength you gained from surviving, and you apply it, not in revenge, but in rebirth. You stop replaying the conversations and start rewriting your direction. Every time you choose your future over your past, you win. Every time you invest in yourself, you pull further away from what tried to destroy you. You let your growth become the statement. You let your joy become the answer, and rise with purpose, not bitterness. When you've been deeply hurt, it's easy to let that pain harden you, to wear bitterness like armor, and move through life with a shield up, and your fists clenched. Bitterness feels like protection at first. It keeps you guarded, alert, distant, but over time, it becomes a weight, not a shield. It clouds your vision, poisons your progress, and slows your steps. You begin reacting to the world from a place of anger instead of intention, and every move you make becomes a response to what someone else did instead of a decision rooted in who you are becoming. Purpose, on the other hand, gives you direction. It grounds you. It reminds you that you were created for more than pain. When you rise with purpose, your actions aren't driven by revenge. They're guided by vision. You're no longer fueled by the need to prove someone wrong, but by the desire to prove yourself right. Bitterness looks outward, purpose looks inward. Bitterness is noisy, impatient, and draining. Purpose is quiet, steady, and powerful. It's what gets you up in the morning when everything in you wants to stay down. It's what keeps you building when no one is clapping. Rising with purpose means choosing to define your life, not by what happened to you, but by what you decide to do next. It means asking yourself what kind of legacy you want to leave behind, what kind of energy you want to carry, and what kind of impact you want to make. Bitterness can't create, only destroy. Purpose creates momentum. It transforms your pain into a message, your wounds into wisdom, your setbacks into steps forward. You don't rise just to escape the past. You rise to walk boldly into the future. You rise because you still have something to give, something to build, something to become. When you carry purpose in your heart, you no longer need to explain yourself to those who misunderstood you. You no longer waste time on people who try to pull you back into the version of you they once knew. You rise above distractions, you rise above petty battles, you rise above the urge to get even and instead get better, because the real power lies in showing up with grace when you could have shown up with rage.